Hello, and welcome back to Turtle Hermit's School, a series designed to explore Smash theory and push you to the next level. Many players early on in their training see rapid growth, and then once they get to the mid-level, things sort of start to plateau. There comes a point in the training where you simply don't know what to do next. You keep grinding and grinding, yet nothing happens, and you stay stuck losing to the same people and repeating the same habits. This is what most players refer to as hitting a wall. Once I get over this wall, then I'll improve. But how does one know the correct path to take to climb over that wall? Well, that's what I'm here to answer today. The model and the mirror. So, you've hit a wall. We all know just how frustrating this can be. You keep grinding games, keep watching your VODs, keep practicing combos, but nothing seems to click. It's almost as if there's a literal mental block, a mental wall, blocking you from seeing what's beyond and finding the next step in your training. So if nothing's working for you, let's step back and examine the proper technique to overcoming a plateau in your training. The model and the mirror. The concept of the model and the mirror refers to VOD review, and comparing one's own matches to that of someone else whose gameplay that you wish to emulate. So comparing your matches to the matches of a top player, basically. To use myself as an example, I play Bowser. The current best player using my character is Leon, so alongside reviewing my own matches, I would review his as well, and see where our gameplay differs. If you spend too much time only reviewing your own matches, you can create a sort of tunnel vision or blinders, and you become numb to your own playstyle and your own mistakes and own habits because you don't really know what you're looking for, and you won't be able to find new ways to play their character, and only being able to find errors like, well, I shouldn't have rolled there, or I shouldn't have approached. It's difficult to identify new strategies and new approaches of playing. You can easily get caught up in small details. On the other hand, if you spend too much time with the model, reviewing high-level gameplay, you lose out on finding where your weaknesses lie, and only focus on discovering new techniques and not how effectively you can apply those techniques. Learning all these new things may be fun and interesting, but there comes a time when you actually need to try and drill and apply these things into your gameplay and try to apply what you're learning. It also may be the case that you can't understand the reasoning behind a lot of these top players' decisions, because they might be doing something that in that specific scenario is a good tactic, but for you to just use that tactic outright in every situation might not be the best plan. When you study both your own VODs and the VODs of top level players, you can discover where you need to improve and what you need to train next. But let's say you already knew that. You're one step ahead of me. Let's say you already study the VODs of top players, but it still doesn't seem to be helping. Why is that? You're watching your favorite player and trying to figure out the decision making behind their moves, but they're on such a high level of performance, everything is flying straight over your head and you can't get the deeper meaning behind their decision making. You feel like a side character watching a fight in Dragon Ball Z, everything's just moving so fast, you can't understand it anymore. This happens a lot with mid-level players because the rift between mid-level and top-level is so vast, and there's a huge amount of skills needed to compete at that level. Skills that you didn't even know existed and probably would never have known without years of practice or someone more experienced than you just literally telling you what these techniques are. To make this simple for you, if you just started playing Smash and you tried to learn by watching top players, you would see them jumping around, using attacks and whatnot, but you would have no idea what a short hop is. You would have no idea that mechanic even existed if someone didn't tell you how to short hop. You may have done it on accident, but if you didn't look up a guide or no one told you, you would never have known how to short hop. So when you're watching people at the very top level play, you miss out on a lot of these very minute small techniques that are very important for high-level competition, but you just don't know what to look for. So you're just watching them do things and saying, oh, that was good, I should try that, but you don't know why they did it, or you don't know the technique behind it. So if you're watching these top players play and you're seeing them short hop and use aerials, you would have no idea what a short hop is, how to do it, and how it might give you a positional advantage, help you space aerials. None of these things would be known to you. All you would see is literally what the characters are doing on screen. You don't know the context or the rationale behind the buttons that they're pressing. So, how does one begin to understand the complexities of top-level play while watching a VOD? Well, the short answer is to not watch top players. If you've hit a wall in your training and watching top-level play or even your own play isn't enough to give you any clear path for improvement, then you may be looking in the wrong places. And this is where we really get into the meat of the video. Watching yourself won't help because there are simply techniques that you don't know exist yet. And watching top players is confusing for the same reasons. You don't know why they're doing the things that they're doing. So, the solution to this, the way to find the next step in your progression and training is to watch the VODs of someone just one step ahead of you in rank. Forget about the elite level of play and focus on something achievable, understandable, right in front of you, something immediate. By watching the replays of people who are only a few spots above you in the local ranking, or the VODs of someone else who plays your character, but maybe not the most skilled, maybe just PR'd in their local scene, not yours, or literally any player in the mid-level that you can find, not the top, tippity-top, creme de la creme player of your character, because they're doing all of these techniques that you don't even know what they are. You can see them doing it, but are you really seeing it? Find someone who is on your level or just above it. You can see what's directly in front of you, so to speak. Put yourself in their shoes. Watch the VOD closely and try to identify something that they're doing that differs from your play. Watch your own VOD, compare, contrast, and see where the shift in playstyle is. If you can succeed in finding at least one thing that they do better than you, then congratulations. You found the light at the end of the tunnel. A rope has descended over the wall, allowing you to climb over. But this is a rope, alright? It's not an escalator. You can't just leisurely stand around and it'll guide you up over the wall. You gotta climb. You gotta grit your teeth, put in some real effort, some sweat, blood, and tears, and drill this technique, practice this technique that you've seen someone close to your skill level. They're only a couple spots above you. This is something that's achievable for you right now that will literally make your game better if you drill the technique that they're using. Write down at least one thing that you can work on, and then attempt to design a drill around it and learning that new skill. Now, drills in esport aren't the same as drills in traditional sport. We can't really drill the same way a football player sets up cones to weave in and out, training his muscles to twitch in the right way and at the right time and do the right body movements. We don't really have that system in Super Smash Brothers or even like Street Fighter, or I don't know. There's no practice field. There's no cones. There's nothing. There's just training mode. We can set the CPU to like jump. That's it. So we have to design drills that can be done in live gameplay. And this is a lot simpler than I'm making it sound. I just want to point out the differences just to clarify. You can't really drill it in the same way you can in training mode than in a live game. So, for example, a big breakthrough that I had in my own gameplay was learning the proper ledge trap flowchart for my character. So just how to ledge trap. So to drill this new skill, I went into each match with the intention of causing as many ledge trap scenarios as I could, and intently playing through the ledge trap. Whether I lost the game or not was irrelevant, but the fact that I was repeating the situation at the ledge, trying to go through the flowchart. Forward tilt, shield, up B. If they jump, I'm gonna up air. Trying to wire my brain to remember these options when the stimuli of they jump. Now my brain has more chances to learn when they jump, you jump as well and up air, and you can cover that. And by repeating this situation over and over, purposefully trying to get your opponent to the ledge so you can practice this thing, instead of playing through the match trying to win, you're drilling the skill. You're creating as many interactions as possible to create as many neural pathways in your brain to learn this new thing. It's just like when you take homework home from school, you grind the same math question over and over, and then when you go take the test, your brain's like, oh, 8 times 3? I don't know what that is. I'm not good at math. But if you did grind it, you would know what 8 times 3 is. What is 8 times 3? 24. Booyah. So basically, get into a match, figure out what technique you want to train, and don't care about the result of the match. Whether or not you lose doesn't matter. The fact is, you're learning a new skill that's going to improve your gameplay and make you a better player so you can win more games in the future. Take these L's now, because these L's are just going to fade away. You're just going to collect W's. And if you can find one thing that you need to improve on and you go drill it, it's really hard to find something wrong. It's really hard to pick the wrong thing to train, because as long as you're training something, you're going to get better, and you're eventually going to get over this hump, get out of the rut, and continue on your upward path of improvement, that linear growth that we all want. Go into a match, focus hard on your objective, and you can even ignore other parts of the game, like playing in disadvantage or neutral. Just try to force as many interactions, the specific scenario that you want, as possible when you're playing in these friendlies, these ladder matches, even tournament matches. You can practice these things. Doing these things in tournament or on a ranked ladder like Anther's ladder helps a lot as well, because it's a more stressful environment and there's a lot more pressure on you to perform, and making decisions under pressure will better solidify the neural pathways in your memory when you're learning these things. So try to mix in ranked games alongside training these skills in friendlies. Keep at the training, and before you know it, you'll be over that wall, and then you can move on to the next thing, finding your next area and improvement and continuing the climb. You're going to be improving something no matter what all of the time. You always want to be improving one skill. I'm going to improve ledge trapping. Okay, I feel like I got that down. Oh, what do I need to do next? I don't know. I'm just kind of playing in circles and I don't know what to do. Oh, I'll go watch the VOD of someone who's a little bit better than me. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, how are they juggling like that? Oh, okay, I'm going to practice juggling now. I'm going to try to juggle the way that they do. Just keep finding that next thing, and you'll never hit a wall. You'll always be improving something. And as long as you're improving something, you're improving something. And someone else they're beating their head against the wall, grinding 800 friendlies a week, not learning anything. So, let's recap today's lesson. How to get over a wall. Look in the mirror. Get reflective and study your replays as soon as you finish the match, and try to pick apart the mistakes and find something that you can work on. Find a role model. Look beyond yourself and discover new techniques from top players, and then incorporate that into your play. You can even talk to players in your region that are better than you and try to get some strategies from them. Watch your peers. If you're really stuck, watching yourself or top players doesn't help. Check out the player that's just one step ahead of you, right in front of you, and see what they do that you don't, and drill the hell out of it. Drill in the game and ignore results. If it's not tech skill or something, a combo that you can grind out in training mode, ignore training mode and try to focus on forcing the situation out in friendlies. Try to make that situation happen as many times as you can in friendlies and tournament matches. Anytime you play, try to make that scenario happen so you can practice it. Don't worry about winning. Don't worry about losing. Don't even worry if you get it right once you put them in that situation. Just remember what happened, try again, get back on that horse, keep grinding, and hone the skill and sharpen your tools for competition. Just one is enough. Using any of these methods is fine. As long as you can find literally just one thing that you can practice, even if you don't choose the right thing, there's something that you're practicing, and at least you're improving on one aspect of your gameplay, which is better than, like I said, grinding mindlessly friendlies and not getting anywhere. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video and that was helpful to you in any sort of way. If you have any questions, you can reach me on Twitter. My DMs are open at TurtleSSB, or I stream weekly at TurtleSSB on Twitch. You can follow me there to see when I go live, and I answer any questions that I get on stream as I'm going through VOD reviews and doing my weekly lesson, where I'll go through some sort of concept on stream with you guys, and you can, ask me anything you like. Remember to keep fighting! And class dismissed.